hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play Beat the Clock.
And now, here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you'll stroll over this way with me, we have some very charming holdover contestants we met last week and didn't get a chance to do the bonus, wasn't that? I mean, it was the jackpot, wasn't it? That's right. How are you? It's storekeeper and Mrs. Morris Friedman. Is that right? F-R-I-E-D-M-A-N. Of Newport Base, Newport, Rhode Island. You've been married 4 months, right? Well, it's certainly nice to have you back. Did you have to come all the way back down from the base?
Well, I had the weekend pass.
Oh, you did? You were coming down anyway?
Yeah.
Sorry we rained on you like this. This is real messy, isn't it, huh? It's awful.
Sort of.
Yeah, well, you got through the $200 clock in good style, and we're going to find out about the jackpot for you right off the bat. And before we do that, I want to explain a little thing called a bonus to you, which you probably know about. Can happen to you, can happen to anybody on our show. Wherever the bell happens to ring, that's when our bonus stunt is right. And tonight, it is worth $700 in cash. That'd be worth a weekend pass for, wouldn't it? Huh? All right, we'll find out what your problem is in the jackpot clock right off. All right, now, Mr. and Mrs. Friedman, up to the jackpot clock for you, and it's for Mrs. Friedman to do. The wife is the one that always has to do the work on this part of our little show, and you, sir, can't help in any way except to hold real good thoughts, which we trust you will do. Miss Friedman, will you step back here, up on this little platform? Mara, suppose you step down over there, if you will, so everybody can see. Turn around and face the audience, Miss Friedman, and don't turn around again until I tell you to, okay? All right, in back of you now is our famous magnetic board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation there. They're all there, and they're all out of order. You got to get them back in order so they spell out the saying or quotation we're after, and all this in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Now, don't turn around till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Second one. Oh, one mistake toward the end there. Look it over. Okay, stop the clock. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You did it. Congratulations to you. Well, you must have hold the right kind of thoughts there, Mark. All right, you've beaten our jackpot clock, so let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Sylvania Television proudly presents you with the incomparable Kensington console. Finished in mahogany, the cabinet is charmingly fashioned in French provincial styling. Sylvania's exclusive halo light surrounds the large 21-inch screen for the greatest viewing comfort in all television. The Kensington, available with built-in all-channel UHF VHF reception, is a masterpiece in design and performance. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Friedman. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Congratulations to you, too. Louise, whom do we have now?
Mr. and Mrs. Newton Peel from Frenchtown, New Jersey.
Well, thank you very much. Don't run away, Louise. I want to tell everybody Roxanne is away for a couple of weeks, and the very lovely Louise is taking her place. It's very nice to have you with us on the show. Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. and Mrs. Peel, that's P-I-E-L, and it's 2 L's. Great Scott. Throw the card away. There's 1 L missing. From Frenchtown, New Jersey. Where's Frenchtown, Newton? Well, they call you Newton, or do you have a nickname you like better? What do you like?
Call me Newt.
Newt. Okay, boy. And what do you do in Frenchtown?
Farm.
And where is it?
It's about 12 miles the other side of Flemington.
I see. And how about you? You farmer's wife, is that? Hey, you get to try the bonus. Well, all right. Here comes the bonus signal. All right, step out here. Newton, find out more about you later. And girls, bring out that bonus. You holding it right, Madeline? That's a girl. Okay. All right, sir. Have you seen this yet? Have you watched anybody try it? Have you? No, what it's worth tonight. It's worth, I think, it's $700. $700 in cash. Thank you very much, Madeline. Now, your problem is simply this, Newt. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Well, you hold it with your right hand down here near the end. You understand? Just one hand, and you place one ball in one cup. I don't care which one you start with. And then by swinging, you get the other ball up in the other cup. When you have both balls each in a cup without breaking the cups, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. You understand? You only hold it in one hand. Take a hold of it. Take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have on our clock. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Oh, hold it, hold it. Go. Doing fine here, boy. I'm sure you got the knack of it all right. You've been practicing up in the haymow, I think. Here we go. 3 seconds, boy. You didn't quite do it. Boy, that was the closest anyone's ever come to it. Wow. That was really something. Man. Have you been trying that at home or something?
bit.
Huh? Well, you sure had the knack of it. You had the right idea. I'm not going to tell anybody what the knack was. If you saw what he was doing, then he had the right idea. Brother, I think with another couple of seconds, you'd have got it. That's really tough to lose it that close. Well, Newt, that's just a bonus, you know. And it goes up again now and adds another $100 to it. It'll be worth $800 next week. You be watching, boy. Maybe you can help medley whoever's trying it then. Okay. Now, I tell you what I want to do. You don't have a little girl?
2 girls.
2 little girls. How old are they?
3.5 and 8 months.
3.5 and 8 months. Well, we have a little something for them, if you don't mind. We'll have 2 of them for you. I'm going to bring one out and show you. Louise, bring out one of the Roxanne dolls, will you? There we are. Isn't she cute? And she got a little camera on front of her here, you see, that actually flashes. Watch this now. See that? Isn't that cute? And Louise is going to show you how she walks. Would you do that for me, Louise? Can you see over there? Just lean over and watch. See there? See her walk? Turns her little head and everything. She'll have a lot of fun. There'll be 2 of them backstage waiting for you after the show. Thank you very much, Louise. All right, here we go now. Farman, I don't know whether it'll help you too much with this, but sometimes when you're out picking up the milking pails, this may be an idea for you. Newt, will you come over here with me, please? Then you see why we took your shoes off you and put you in those slippers there. You'll stand right up here, facing out that way. I'll show you and the audience that we have 2 rows of pots here, you see? And they are graduated in size. There are 3 on each side. This one, for example, will nest in this one, and the 2 of them will nest in the big one down here. And that's all we want you to do, is just simply nest those 6 pots, 3 on each side. But what you do is you nest them on your feet. In other words, you step in this one, and then you walk over here, and you step in this one, then you come over here, and you tilt that one over on its side, I'd advise you to do. Lift it up, get it in here, scuff the 2 of them over here, do the same thing over here. When you get 3 pots nested on each foot, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. You can't touch the pots at any time with your hands. You understand? All right, Newt, take a look and see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. You ready? Go. Oh, hold it. Stop the clock. Take your slippers off. I meant to tell you that. Sorry, boy. Didn't mean to leave you a note. That'll just be a handicap to you. Okay, you ready? Go. Come on over here. Take it easy. Don't get panicked. Take it easy. Get it over on its side like you did before. Take it easy. Get it over. Well, as I say, you know, when you're out there sometime milking the cows or something, you're carrying 2 pails of milk, that's one way of picking up the other pails. You know, you can carry them in that way on a cold winter's morning. Not that we really advise it, but right now, have you ever had any friends come and do what they call sponge on you? You know that business people try to get things, you know, and live off you and everything else? Well, we have a way to stop that, and if you'll come over here with me, Mrs. Peel, Newt, you stay there. Come on back over here with me. Bring out our little sponge in the machine there, will you? Stay right here, Miss Peel. We bring it out for you. Now, if you'll just circle right around there, Madeline will show you where you have to stand. You have a little special place up there. And as soon as you get up there, I'll show you what it holds for you here. Now, here's the sponge, Miss Peel. You see it right here? See? And this sponge is hanging on an elastic band. Now, it's fairly dry now. When it's wet, it'll come down, and it'll pass a little mark that I've made on that flat in the back. When you get it down past that mark, I'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. And the way you do it is to pour some liquid on the sponge, you see? And when the sponge gets heavy enough to get down past that mark, then we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. I'm going to take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 30 seconds to do... Oh, golly, you can't see, can you? Come on over here, Mr. Peel. We'll fix it so you can see. Come on, boy. Matter of fact, we're going to give you the best seat in the house. Now, if you would just lie right down with your feet out here. Put your head on this pillow here. That's it. Come on back. Your head's on the pillow. Oh, and put this shower cap on your head, too. That just in case it should rain, you know. You want to get in there with him, baby? Oh, all right. Okay. That's it. That's it. Now, just put your head back down there. There, boy. Can you see all right?
Yeah, I can see.
You can see. Okay. Now, you remember what you have to do. As soon as I get down past that little mark I have back there, I'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock, and oh, boy. 30 seconds, go. Let's see if it stays now. Let's see if it stays. Let's see if it stays. Let me see it. Take the picture away. Let me see. Yeah, it's there. Would you like to pour any on your husband just for the fun of it? You would. All right, come on. Please go on out here with that Sylvania flashbulb of yours and take a picture of this, will you? You can sit up now, sir, if you want. I'm going to take your picture. Turn right out here and look at the camera right there, will you? There, we got a picture of you now. You come over here with me, Miss Peel. You did fine on that. You got... Well, I tell you, we gave him a good seat, didn't we? Huh? He could see beautifully there. And that brings you up now to the jackpot clock. If you'll just go right on over here and step up on this little platform, I'll explain to you now that in back of this curtain is our famous magnetic board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation there. But they're all held there by magnetism, you see? Now, you've got to mix them back in order. They're all out of order right now, and you've got just 20 seconds in which to do it. When you do that and they spell out the saying or quotation we're after, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock, okay? Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Five seconds. Beat that clock if you can. Oh, golly, I am sorry. Let me show you what it should have been. It should have been. It's be good, sweet, maid, and let who can be clever. Be good, sweet maid, and let who can be clever. Step back down here, because you've done very well. You haven't beaten our jackpot clock, but you've beaten the $200 clock, and let's see what you've won.
And here is your prize, the sensational Kenmore infrared range, one of the most beautiful and modern ranges in America. With the Kenmore, sold exclusively by Sears Roebuck & Company, you will actually cook with infrared rays, harnessed by the amazing Sylvania Instant Heat Cooking Unit. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Peel. You have just won a Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
My congratulations to you, too. Nice having you with us tonight. Good night. Louise, who are our next contestants?
This is Mr. and Mrs. Fred Healy from Beverly, Massachusetts.
Well, thank you very much, Louise. Mr. and Mrs. Healy, how are you? Sound like you got a gang with you there. What's this all about, huh?
I don't know.
Huh? A lot of people from Massachusetts up there? That's what it is. You see, you got your home state rooting for you. You don't even know the people, do you?
No.
That's nice to have that behind you, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, let's see. How long have you folks been married?
About 5.5 years.
And you have a couple of children, too, huh? A couple of little girls?
That's right.
How old are they?
3.5 and 1.5.
Well, bless my soul. We'll have to have some Roxanne dolls backstage there for your little girls,
Thank
too,
you.
okay?
Thank you.
Good enough. You drive a truck for United Shoe Company. Is that United Shoe Machinery Corporation? I see. All right, boy, we're going to find out what your problem is on the $100 clock right off. Okay, now, Mr. Healy, you're going to start off representing the family here, if you don't mind. If you'll step away from back there and leave your pretty wife alone for just a few minutes, bring you over here with me while Madeline supplies us with a couple of weapons here, see? Now, here's a stick. Thank you, Madeline. Here is a large chain of balloons. See that? They're all kind of linked together here. Now, what I'm going to do is this. You notice that over there is kind of a scaffold with a hole through a cardboard. Now, when I say go, I'm going to throw these up in the air, and using only the stick, you ought to bat them around and keep them all off the floor until you maneuver them over here and work all the balloons, starting with the first one, right through this hole without ever letting them touch the ground. If they touch the ground on the other side, that we don't care about. Just don't want them to touch on this side. You understand? You take a hold of that stick now, and you can't drape them over your body or let them rest on your body. If they do, that disqualifies as much as if they're on the floor. Take a look, see how many seconds you have, boy. 50 seconds. Okay, you all set? Go. Keep up in the air now. Watch this tail one. Watch this tail one here. Whoop, whoa, whoop. You touch the ground here. Got to start over again. Come on, fella. Come on back here. Ready? Go. No, we got to get the first one through. Got to get the first one of the chain through. Either end. I don't care which end. Oh! Whoop, watch this one. Try the red one first. Try the red one first. Come on. How do you get it through? Oh, touch the ground again. Come on. Try that red one first. That seemed to be going over a little better. You only got about 15 seconds. Won't make you carry it quite so far. You ready? Go. Come on, get it over. Get it over. That's it, you're going. Don't pull it out. That's it, force it through. That's the boy, come on. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Come on, get it through. That's it, all right. Stop the clock. Put it out. That's fine. Okay. Took a little maneuvering, didn't it? Now, will you both come over here with me, please, for the $200 clock? And, there we are. Okay, well, you know, things do happen sometimes. Now, if you will stand facing the audience right about on that mark, and if you'll come over here, sir, this is for the $200 clock. Now, if you will hold on to this sort of fishbowl arranged made out of a pool cue, you can use both hands. You notice that here is a very charming house dress. Isn't it lovely? Beautiful. See how that fits on here. How's that? Yeah, it's all right. Okay, now I want you to stand with your hands behind your back at all times, if you will, and you may not duck down, bend down, or anything like that. You can stand there, you can jump up and down, you can wiggle like this, you can kind of move your head around, but your husband is going to put that dress down over you. And when he's got it on you so that your head is out through the neck hole and it's reasonably straight, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock. Got the idea, boy? You better keep where you can. You can move around, too, if you want to see how it's setting. Take a look and see how many seconds you have. 45 seconds to get the dress on your wife. You ready? Go. Just hold it up there and let her kind of maneuver a little bit. Just hold it up there. She'll kind of get her head inside there. She can do it. She's done it for years. Now, don't fight her. Don't fight her. Now, you wiggle around. Get it down over you there. Come on, jump up and down. Let it slide down a bit. Don't fight her. Jump up and down. Come on. Wiggle around. Come on. Wiggle around and jump hard. Make it go down. You got about 20 seconds more. Keep jumping. Don't pull it out. Let it go. Okay, let it slide down over you. I think you'll find it easier. Now, Mr. and Miss Healy, you've gone through the $200 clock, and again, we have the wife taking part in the show by trying the jackpot clock. So, Fred, if you'll step down over there, and don't help in any way, but by those good thoughts we hope you will hold. Mrs. Healy, step up here and turn around and face the audience. Don't turn back again until I tell you to, please. In back of you now is our jackpot board with all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all mixed up. You get them unmixed so that they spell out the saying or quotation we're after in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Understand? Okay, now don't look like I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Bring him down. 10 seconds. Oh, sure you do. It's a famous saying. That's right. That's right. You're on the... Oh, golly, I'm awful sorry. You had the right track there, too. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. But you, too, have done all right because come back in here with your husband. You've beaten the $200 clock, remember? So let's see what you've won.
Your prize is the amazing Kenmore Infrared Range, sold exclusively by Sears Roebuck & Company. A range that cooks your meals perfectly with infrared rays by means of Sylvania's Instant Heat Cooking Unit. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Healy. You two have just won the Beat the Clock prize worth more than $200.
To you, too, and best of good luck to you. Whom do we have now? Boy, we got you running around tonight, have we, huh?
It's a busy job. Here's Mr. and Mrs. Clinton Sebring from Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
Thank you very much, Louise. Hello, Miss Sebring. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
And Clint, how are you, boy?
Fine, Bud. How are you?
How come he came so formal and you came so informal?
Isn't that something?
Oh, we did that to you, didn't we? What do you do, Clint?
In the sales force, Ford Motor Company in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Well, good boy. You married 3.5 years, I see, and you have a daughter also?
Yes.
We got any more Roxanne dolls back there? We better search around to find one more. We got one more little girl here. Wouldn't want to leave her out in the cold. All right, good enough. Incidentally,
Can I say hello to
Oh, sure you may. There's the camera that's on you right there.
Hi, sweetheart.
Is that her name, sweetheart?
Sweetheart. No, Linda is her name.
Hello, sweetheart. Okay, now, while I'm welcoming you and you've welcomed your daughter, may I take this time to welcome station WFPG TV in Atlantic City, New Jersey, who are joining our network tonight for the first time. And we certainly hope that you enjoy being with us as much as we enjoy having you with us. Again, a warm welcome to WFPG TV in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Nice to have you with us. How's your wife at packing clothes? Is she pretty good?
Did a very fine job getting over here.
Oh, she did? You had to pack some clothes to get over here, did you? Well, we're going to see how good a job she can do. And you can stand over there and criticize. Come over here with me, Miss Sebring, if you will. Let's see, that's S-E-B-R-I-N-G. Is that right? Thank you very much, madam. This is a package of clothes. What's in that? Lead bricks or something? Let's take a look, shall we? Come on, I'm going to open this up. You and I'll take a look and see what's in it. Boy, that is full, isn't it? Look at that, will you? Let's see what these things are. Bless my soul, I never saw things like that in my life. Slacks, good golly. Well, anyway, I want to check and see what things are in here because your problem is going to be simply to get all these things back in the bag again and the bag closed up again, all in a certain number of seconds, you see. Now, they won't be folded as neatly as they are now because I've got to check them all and make sure and see what we got here. And you just pick them all up. Oops, sorry. And let's see, you just pick, there we are, and pick them all up, get them all back in the bag, and you must have the bag fastened at least with one of the catches, do you understand? So that you can pick the bag up and hold it by the handle, all in how many seconds? Let's take a look and see. 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Come on now, move fast. Don't move, honey, I warn you. Get them in there and sit on them. Come on now. That's it, girl. Get them in. Just forget your husband's watching you. Just get them in. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left. Get the top down. Come on. Sit on it if you have to. Come on. Get on top of it. Come on. Hurry up. 15 seconds. 13 seconds. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Hurry up. 3. 2. 1. Oh, golly, I'm sorry you didn't make it, honey. You didn't beat the clock. The clock beat you. But don't go there and have the clock. Thank you, Betty. We have here for you one of our Sylvania radios. Enjoy it in the best of good health. It was nice having you with us. Good night. Louise, whom do we have now?
Here we have Cadet and Mrs. Robert J. Albert from East St. Louis, Illinois.
Well, hi there, folks. Thanks, Louise. Nice to have you with us here. Well, now, I'm going to find out about you more in just a second. Got to make a slight correction here. Louise introduced this couple as Mr. and Mrs., and it so happens he's a cadet at West Point, and he'd be in sort of a mess up there if they thought he was married. But he's not married. This is his lovely fiancée. They ought to be married on June the 7th, so we got you divorced now real quick like a bunny, and we wish you all the happiness in the world. It's Miss Eleanor Wolf and Cadet Robert J. Albert, right? Yes. Okay, now let's get going here as fast as we can. We have a little derby race for you. Will you come over here with me, Cadet Robert J. Albert, okay? Now, here I want you to notice that we have a derby hat hanging up, you see? And over here we have 3 more derby hats, which we want you to hang up. Madeline's going to spread them out along the floor. While she's doing that, you watch me here just a bit. Now, up here is a ring of needles. And Betty is going to clip this balloon to that ring down at the bottom, you see, which is on a string that runs through a tube here and is weighted, you see, by the hat. Now, what you've got to do is take a hold of this hat, let go of it, and as it goes down like that, it may go up and break that balloon. But you've got to get down there, grab one of those derbies, get back here in time to catch this hat before it breaks the balloon, and hang the other hat up on the hat tree. See? Then you got to turn around, get it up at the top again, leave it again, run down, grab the second hat. Come back and grab this before it breaks the balloon, hang up the second hat. And so with the third hat, which is way over yonder. Take a look and see how many seconds you have to do it there. 55 seconds. Okay, boy, take a hold of it there. Start it way up top now, as I told you before. Are you ready? Go. Oh, you broke one balloon. Put the hat back. No, put the hat back down there. Oh, and our time has run out. Now, let me ask you something. Can you come back next week?
Yes, sir, I believe I can.
Well, now, I'm sure you have one of these things up at West Point, don't you?
Yes, sir, I'll be able to practice.
You can practice it up there. Okay, boy, we'll see you next week
Thank
with
you
your
very much,
lovely
sir.
fiancée. You'll be our first contestants at that time. Good night. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Codman production. Produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Louise King's Gone by Junior Sophisticates. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. And this is Bern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.